Welcome back to FUNTOWN, everybody. It's Tuesday for us. It's Wednesday for you. I'm Todd McComas. I'm here with basically all my friends that live here. Jessica Alsman, Lady of Radio. How are you?
Hello. Good. How are you guys?
Great. Jeff Oskey, comedian extraordinaire and behind-the-scenes whiz at the Bob and Tom Show.
Yeah. I felt like one today. I was whizzing all over everyone's hopes and dreams.
Oh, no. Is that what you guys were talking about before I popped in here? Jeff dropping the ball?
Yeah, Austin, he had kind of an IT upgrade to his system there without any real training. And what happened there, Oskey? Just unplugged the wrong box?
Well, we have a gigantic server room, which holds not only all of Bob and Tom stuff, it also holds like 7 other stations or how many ever come out of this. Like, it's a gigantic server room, and I know what one box in the entire room does. And there's, let's say, 200 boxes.
It's a lot of boxes.
It's a lot of boxes.
Big server room.
And that's about what you know about them, right? They're box shaped, and that's where your knowledge on what's going on.
Rectangle. They all fit in a rack.
And they're plugged in?
They are all plugged in.
They're all on electricity.
I have to unplug my box, and I miscount how many boxes up my box is, and I accidentally unplug a box that I don't know what it does. But it's not my box, and it's for the other side of the radio.
Does it look like your box?
Well, from the back, Austin, they all look like my box.
They all have cables coming out.
Yeah, it's all got a shit ton of cables coming out, and I don't know what any of it is. So
you're like a dog. You can't recognize things if you see them from behind.
It is a scary room with all the freaking cords, though, and they're labeled. But I don't know what they're labeled as. Like, oh, this one obviously goes to this microphone 3 doors down. It's like, whatever.
Hey, Jeff.
But, yeah.
In all your poking around, did you ever see a label that said Jeff's box at all? Just a suggestion.
No, but I think you need to add a sticker to that one.
Yes, I would get you a big, giant orange sticker and slap it on the back of that thing. My box.
It's the only box I'm allowed to touch, and I touched a box that I had no idea what it did. And so I go running in. As I come back around, I go, well, my box still looks the same, but the box right below it is resetting. I wonder what's up with that. And then I went running into the producer's office, and I go, I unplugged the wrong fucking box. And he goes, I don't know anything about the fucking boxes. So then I had to call my boss and I call him and I go, I unplugged the wrong fucking box. And he goes, what box did you unplug? And I go, the blah, blah, blah box. And he goes, oh, that's the wrong fucking box. You should never unplug that box. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Do I go to engineering? And he goes, oh, they aren't there because of the coronavirus. They're at home.
Oh, man.
He goes, I got to call Eddie, and just hangs up on me. Like that's how important this box was. And I'm like, oh my God, I think I just knocked out radio to the world.
Meanwhile, the whole time
I just lost my job. So
everyone's saying, hey, I can't hear this.
Yeah. So,
and you're I'm trying.
No, that's what's even funnier. That was a completely separate incident.
Oh my gosh.
I also did actually knock out audio to our VIP and our YouTube feed myself from my own room without unplugging anything, just hitting the wrong box.
Oh, dude.
I killed it today.
You were like a caveman Mr. Magoo. You know that, Jeff? You just sort of, and I feel like the more you bumble, the more people enjoy it. You know?
The funny thing is, Austin, I'm on 99.99% of the time. Like, I am so good at my job, but today went so badly that it just brought me down to a 50. I'm a C. I'm a C average.
Sometimes you just have those days, man.
Yeah,
you just have those days where you can't do anything fucking right. Dude, I remember when I worked for Pat, and he first got the new studio with all the setups, and then DAZN had equipment in there, Westwood One had equipment in there, whatever. And he used to travel, and I wasn't on the travel squad. I stayed down to kind of hold down the fort. So it'd be like me and Bailey, the only people there. Everybody else in Louisiana or something. And then one day, nothing was working. Like we had to fire shit up in a certain sequence or whatever. Nothing working. So I call DAZN, I call Westwood One. I'm like, all right, what do I do? I don't want to fuck up each other's boxes or whatever. And I mean, I almost got to it felt like I was defusing a bomb. Because I'm like, this entire operation is going to hinge on whether or not I can figure out what boxes they're fucking talking about and turn them back on in the right order and make sure all the right lights are on. And somehow it happened. Probably because my son Bailey was there.
Were you just
backup,
glistening with sweat trying to make that decision?
Poured sweat. I was a nervous wreck. I'm like, oh my God, if this show doesn't happen, I'm fucked. I'm not an IT guy at all. And that shit, the fact that they, like my buddy does it, and he can put out blueprints and shit and draw up how the room's going to go ahead of time and what feeds what or whatever, that's a different kind of brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a NASA brain.
That's an Eddie brain that Jeff brought up.
Yeah.
He's just, I don't even get it. But it is fun to watch the IT guys when they have to fix something, like a Bailey or an Eddie, or even you and Spangle, Oscar. You just run around and you're so serious, like what you got to fix and get it done. If I reset the wrong box, I would just be like, and just freak out and not even know what to do. And I would just be running around to everyone going, I reset the wrong box. I reset the wrong box. So like, well, do something. I'm like, I don't know. I would just freak out. Yeah. So you guys are usually moving with a purpose though. And, head down, just go, go, go.
Yeah. I just start smacking stuff like like a caveman.
Did that work?
You know how in movies sometimes like a guy, it's not his job, but he's the only guy there with the closest qualifications to the job. Like say it was a bomb and your group of friends, the one guy's an IT guy, you have to pick him to try to disarm the bomb. Like there's no choice, right? Like you're going to have to figure it out.
At the most, he might have clipped some cables before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wires.
I'm going to pick IT guy over fucking, car buffer outer guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
the car dent.
Offense.
Yeah.
Your car dent friend, he's a cool dude. Eric has great hang, but he's not diffusing this bomb.
Now, if I want to blow some shit up,
true,
I get the car buffer guy.
Yeah.
He has guns and some thermite or whatever you use to blow shit up.
Or maybe meet the guy that made this bomb. Who's this bomb guy? He sounds interesting.
All right. If the bomb diffusion doesn't work, then Jared, it's your turn to step in as drywall finisher because we have to redo this whole room. Nobody noticed.
All right. I think we need to start thinking about everyone's after explosion skill sets.
Oh my gosh,
dude! I had a hell of a week. I enjoyed myself. I kind of took it easy, and today I had to get back in the flow. Like, all right, got to do video editing again and stuff. No more like shedcation that I was taking. So I took me a minute to wrap my head around it. I got in there, and I'm just like, what in the fuck am I looking at? Like it was like I'd forgotten everything, and I'm just using iMovie. Like I'm not even using anything complicated. It took me a good 10 minutes to, where's that button at again? Fuck. I mean, I have the worst brain in the world. It's probably coming with age and mixed with all the hallucinogens and natural drugs that I've been taking.
Have you done more mushrooms since?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Tell us.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
It's the perfect thing. It's to me. It's the perfect thing to enhance your experience. I mean, it's the best drug in the world. I don't want to call it a drug because I feel like it's just kind of like Zoloft, but way better. It just puts you in a good ass mood. I don't know. I really like it. I still haven't really gone overboard to get the hallucinogenic effect. Mm-hmm. It's more just lights are brighter and colors are more cool and sounds are more sharp and shit like that. But
yeah,
one of these days I'm gonna cross that line, see if I can make some shit start showing up.
Nah, just stay where you're at. Have fun. Have fun. You don't need to push the limits.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing, I think I have a Connect for it. So
Do you?
I've never had needed to connect for anything before.
Do you feel better about life and stuff the next day? Like, how do you feel the next day after?
I feel a little foggy for the first hour after I get up, like kind of unsettled. Like I can't really focus. It takes me. I drink probably 3 cups of coffee, and I just really sit down and get in my phone and make myself focus on some shit for a little bit, and then I kind of come out of it. But no, don't feel bad. Is that part of the side effect? Is it
like no? I'm feeling like, how do you feel mentally about the world or about your prospect in life? Like, not physically, but like, how do you feel spiritually the next day?
I feel 1,000 times more spiritual than I did pre-mushroom experience. Like that's probably one of the best things. I don't know. Then maybe
religiously spiritual or just like
No.
connected to the cosmic field?
Nature and the cosmic field, and just everybody love everybody, kind of. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think so. With the stuff's going on in the world right now. It's brought me even like farther away from cop me, which is I think good. You know?
Yeah.
Like so, I'm looking at it a whole different way. Yeah, dude, what if everybody was on them all the time? What if we put it in the water? I think everybody would just get along famously. I mean,
So
I really
some people
do.
think that's what manna in the Bible was.
Oh, really?
Was a hallucinogen, like probably mushrooms or something similar. Because they talk about it having like this euphoric, rejuvenating effect kind of vibe, depending on how you want to look at it. But it's supposed to be this. Some people say it sustains you, or it just uplifts your spirit. Depending, I mean, it's religion, so everyone's got an angle on it. But
Sure, but that makes so much sense.
yeah,
I mean, I really just, I mean, I want to have a big like hug meeting, in the middle of it.
well, don't do that now. Let's save the hug meeting for next summer.
All right, let's everybody gather downtown like what we're doing. Let's just get in a big hug circle. And then, yeah, I feel like if it was in the water, something that was just given to the masses, there might be no more murders. I really do. I don't know how you could ever murder somebody while on mushrooms.
Oh, maybe because you think they're like a zombie dragon, maybe if you go too far.
There's a giant June bug trying to eat me.
That's true.
That'd be bad.
Or you think that your ex-girlfriend's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
You kill her.
I will say this, whoever wrote the movie Starship Troopers is definitely on mushrooms.
Have you watched that?
I watched it on mushrooms, and I'm like, this guy was totally on mushrooms when he wrote this. It's the perfect
I don't know if
movie.
it's for everybody, but it's like floated up to the top of Netflix. People are checking out Starship Troopers. It's a great movie.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah.
I mean, it has all the elements of a great like B movie.
God, and talk about just a lot of 90s hard bodies. You know what I mean? Like they really just packed in the Beef Boys and the Bombshells.
Yeah.
From 91 to 99, they were all there. It was crazy. You couldn't put that lineup on TV today. They'd ban it.
No,
You could launch a whole streaming service off of that lineup. You could.
What is this show? Is it a show or a movie?
It's a movie. You got to watch it. There's 2 or 3 of them. Just watch the first one. The first one is definitely a classic.
Yeah.
They
The rest are
basically
all
go
garbage.
to outer space and fight giant insects. And it's awesome. So there's like a space force. The military now is a space force. And they, you sign up, you go through your training, and boom, you're either a pilot or a grunt or whatever. And then so it follows this group of friends. They all got different assignments, and they get shot in outer space and they fight giant insects.
And Jeff, here's what we're talking about. We're talking about Doogie Howser, Neil Patrick Harris. He's in this.
Love it.
One of the girls from Wild Things. I can't remember. Denise Richards. She's in it.
That's my white trash go-to.
And then I don't think they could afford any of the 90210 crowd, but we're talking Melrose Place, all those side hustle shows like that, those tertiary 90210s, they got all the heavy hitters from them. They got this one chick that was in everything. What is that? The girl with the curly hair that likes the guy, plays football with him.
Yeah.
That girl was in a ton of stuff. What's her name?
I mean, when you see, you recognize so many faces. I couldn't even put them all down.
Her name's Dina.
Yeah. It's a great movie. I mean,
something. God,
it sounds horrible.
Bunch of good-looking people in their underwear in a locker room, put on spacesuits, go fight giant insects. I mean, what else do you want?
Casper Van Dien.
Is there an Ian Ziering?
He is not in it. He's 90210 though. Jeff, they didn't.
Yeah, that was probably above budget.
Wasn't he in Sharknado?
Mm-hmm.
Well, but this was before
after his fall off. This was like during his prime. Yeah, you weren't going to get him during.
15 years later.
Yeah, this is when he hadn't worked in a while, but was still telling people he's got stuff coming down the pipeline. So he didn't take Starship Troopers.
Who is the lady from Showgirls?
Elizabeth Berkley?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so I went to one of those fests down, like Gen Pop or
PopCon or
Fest
something.
Pop Fun or I don't know, whatever they're called. And me and Maggie are walking through, and what's her name again?
Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah, she's just like sitting at a table, like with like a person, and like there's like a sign, like autograph, this much money. And me and Maggie are like a foot away from her, and I'm like, it's that Saved by the Bell chick, and now she's like sitting at a fucking card table in Indianapolis on a Saturday afternoon, like. Totally unaware that I'm within just being the biggest asshole I could. Like, I was like starstruck, and I couldn't believe that's where her life was now. Like,
you're there too, asshole.
Like,
Wait, is it a Days of the Dead though, or something?
To me, I thought she was a bigger actress. Until I saw her sitting at that table. It's like, even Elvira's behind the curtain.
Yeah.
like you're just card table people now. Like, you sign, like, I can sit in your lap for $15. Like,
wait, that's how
you were on Saved by the Bell, and now I can get a Polaroid with you for $40. Not 15. I'm sorry, I undersold
40?
it. It was like $40. You could get your picture with her, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What a fall from grace.
In Indianapolis, Indiana, on a Saturday afternoon at
There were a lot of cool
2 p.m.
people there, though, that weren't necessarily behind a curtain.
What do you mean you haven't? Imagine if you retired 20 years ago and people still paid $40 just to take a Polaroid with you. She's doing better than any of us. What are you talking about?
It's still a pretty good life.
She did better that day than I do in a year. Let's be honest.
She's murdering.
Was her booth next to the world's smallest woman? The woman that was on American Horror Story Freak Show?
Oh, I don't know.
The same year. And then you see her, you're like,
past year.
That might have been 2 years ago.
Like a little booth?
It was a regular booth. She stood on top of the table.
Oh, she stood on the table?
Yeah, with her person. I forget. I think, oh my gosh, I couldn't stop looking.
I could see if she came to your house, you'd be mad if she stood on your table because she had her shoes on, but you wouldn't feel like you could say anything.
No, I'd be like, oh, you're right by my lamp.
Yeah.
Well, this way I won't step on you. So yeah, approved.
How tall is she? How tall is the?
I have to find it. I'm not even sure. It's really small.
She's officially the world's.
I don't know if it was the smallest.
Woman.
It's damn near close. Let's see.
That's creepy.
My thing is, like, I thought Elizabeth Hurley or whatever, like, even if she's making $20,000 a day, which good for her, I have no problem with her. But like, I had her up on this huge pedestal, and then it wasn't until that I saw that I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, once that mystique is gone, it's like
no. I don't think I met Jeff until like 2012, maybe, and so I'm not sure. But I have to ask: did you happen to go into a coma around 1996 and wake up right around 2010? Like, why do you think Elizabeth Shue? What was she doing? That
not Elizabeth Shue. Hey, don't badmouth Elizabeth Shue.
Sorry.
She had
Todd,
a big comeback.
No, you're right. You're right. I didn't. I'm sorry to insult the goddess of the 80s. I didn't mean to do that. Elizabeth Berkley. She wasn't doing anything.
She had
right?
Showgirls shortly
She's a
after.
household name.
She did First Wives Club.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Was she in that?
She played the 17-year-old or 16-year-old that dates one of the Goldie Hawn's ex-husband.
Yeah.
She's 17 or 16, Bill. Something like that.
Wow.
Anyway. Oh, Ma Petite was her name on American Horror Story Freak Show. And her real name is something I cannot pronounce. I'm sorry. Giatti Amji. But she is 2 feet tall and 3/4 inches. So almost 2 feet 1 inch.
Wow.
Whoa.
I mean,
That's
it's
tiny.
not like short. Yeah, it's like,
Because I remember on the
Baby
American Horror Story, I thought, well, they got a really short person, and then they've done some kind of camera tricks to make her incredibly small. She's really only 2 foot tall.
2 foot.
Does she
incredible.
play? Because I only saw a few episodes of the first season, and there's like a little thing in the basement. Is that her?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, that's a doll size.
She was. I saw her in the
She
bathroom
could-
and she stood on the sink when she was, and I didn't realize what was going on.
Did she fill? Did you fill it for her so she could swim laps?
I was just like looking but not looking.
Jesus. I love the shit you blew me over hunchbacks and monstrous hunchbacks at that is what I referenced. And now here you are, you're going all in on little person doing laps in a sink. You fucking monster. I can't believe you hypocrite monster. I'm sorry, Jess. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I can't believe Todd right now. It was like, you got it. Do you want to rattle off any more before we move on?
No, that's it. That's all I got.
She's
Did you get her autograph or get your picture taken with her?
I didn't want to
why'd
pay.
you-
I considered it. I really
I think
did.
that's something I would have to have done,
It was probably
regardless of
30
the
or
amount.
40.
I would have saved all my money just for that. No
That would've been
popcorn,
bad, yeah.
nothing. Yeah, that would have been incredible. Just to watch her with that Sharpie, like with 2 hands, just.
So small.
Will you stand on my shoulder and just repeat what I say, and when I would do a video?
She'll probably get out of my line. I don't need this crap. I'm a thespian.
Just kicks you in the teeth. From
I
the
cleared
table.
$2.7 million last year.
Oh
Get
my
away
God.
from my table. Yeah.
I'm fucking famous, you asshole. Get away from
I don't
me.
leave until the stack of money is taller than me. When the money hits 2'1", mama packs up shop. Let's go.
Oh, I love
She
it.
probably does. She probably leaves with a stack of money taller than her. That's insane.
She probably does. I mean, you think about
Good
if people
for
are
her.
paying in cash,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't take long to stack 2 feet. She could make a throne out of her cash and just set. I would, and I would just sit on a throne of cash as people walk by. I would
Just build a
Yeah,
giant
people will give
star.
you more money.
keep walking.
Oh, he looks like he needs some money.
I tell you what, I would get excited for seeing that for sure. And everybody needs more excitement. That's why I'm going to introduce the world to Blue Chew. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Let's talk about something we could all use more of right now. Sex. Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Great sex. Guys, if you could increase your performance and then get the extra confidence in bed to feel like a champion each and every night, would you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to. I'll ask the same question to you, Jess. If
Okay.
Donnie could perform like a champion every single night, and I don't know what his performance is like. I'm just saying, guys are typically, you might have a bad game every now and then.
Don looks great, but I bet he's regionals at best. He's not
I
champion.
mean, he goes 110, but if he could go 111, you better believe.
Oh, there you go.
Who wouldn't want that?
Then you need to get the Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever an opportunity arises. That's my thing. You know, you reach a certain age, it's like, you can't surprise me. Let's work into it a little bit. You know, you can't just drop your pants, turn around, and like, let's go. I'll be like, hey, hang on a second. I got to stretch a little bit. I got to, get worked up. Can't just jump right into it. But with Blue Chew, I could.
Look who's Mr. Foreplay all of a sudden.
Blue Chew is made right here in the good old USA. It's prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor or wait in some dumb line. It's even cheaper than a pharmacy, and they prepare and ship it to you right to your door in a discreet package, by the way. No awkwardness, and you don't need to leave your house. If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Right now, we got a special deal just for our listeners. Visit BlueChew, BlueChew.com, and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code FUNTOWN. Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BlueChew.com, promo code FUNTOWN, and try it for free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice, and we thank them for sponsoring this podcast. Remember, when you support our sponsors, you help make this podcast possible. So please be sure to use our promo code FUNTOWN at BlueChew.com. There's no reason for every listener we have to not try this product.
Now, Todd, can I opt in to get very, very obvious packaging for mine if I want to order it? If I just want to let people know that I'm running the Blue Chew, and that if my yard looks like shit, you probably know what I'm inside doing, His buddy's yard in 2 weeks. I wonder what he's doing.
The neighbors are all like, yeah, Austin got his Blue Chew. We're not going to see him.
Box this week.
Yeah. He's not making euchre tonight.
Yeah. That's how you can wrap up a game real quick. Come on, guys. Let's get this going. I'm going to take this Blue Chew. We got 15 minutes before.
What a great product.
I'm like, is that table talk? Are you trying to call it?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Jess came over with the Don and hung out at the bar. Yeah.
I did, and I talked Marnie's face off the next day. I was like, I hope she doesn't hate me, Donnie.
I was talking to Donnie, so I wasn't paying attention. But if I had to lay money on it, there's no way you out-talked her. You might have tied. I've never seen anyone beat her in talking, so don't feel bad. You probably didn't realize she was talking every bit as much.
Kindred spirits. And then I didn't realize I was getting hammered drunk until the first time I went to go to the restroom. And I was like, whoa, hello, hallway. And then I think Donnie could tell, and he's like, uh-oh. Yeah. And then it's like, one more, let's do this. And then by the time I got home, I was like, oh, God.
Well, you were drinking nothing but bourbon the whole time. Just on the rocks.
Just bourbon guys.
Everybody else, we were doing margaritas and beer or whatever, and she's just hammering bourbon on the rocks. So
I'm like, let me tell you something, Marnie. I love your hair. I was getting flushed.
You got to keep rolling through bourbons, though, because just two fingers of bourbon will put you down like a wild elephant being captured.
It does me, and I don't get like a warning, like there's nothing to tell my body, ooh, maybe skip around, it just hits me like a wall, and before you know it, I'm just like, fuck it. Let me tell you what I think, and nobody needs that.
Well, I had that peanut butter bourbon. What was it? Screwball?
Screwball.
That was
you guys ever had
bourbon?
It's a peanut butter whiskey.
Whiskey. You don't mess with bourbon.
Whiskey? Peanut butter?
Yes.
Is it good?
It's delicious. It's almost too sweet, though. Like, after one glass, you're like...
Is it just like nutty?
No, it's peanut butter. It's sweet. I mean, it's like Fireball sweet, but a little more subtle.
But it's not nutty.
No. It's more like the aftertaste of eating a Reese's cup.
Oh, it's like a liqueur.
Yeah.
So would you shoot it?
That's what I do. I mean, I usually I keep
Cold
it
shooters?
in the freezer so it's ice cold, and then you just pour cold shooters and then.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
do you have a Fireball or Jägermeister chiller on the new bar?
No, but I'm getting a
Oh.
Jägermeister chiller for sure because I love me some Jägermeister.
Me
Wow.
too.
I keep
That
it in
is
the
a
fridge.
generational thing. You guys were Jaeger.
Oh,
Love it.
yeah. My grandfather
it.
would be super pissed.
Yeah.
Mr. Auschahauschganowski would not approve of Jägermeister at all. Would not be a fan.
Because
Oh,
it's
man.
German.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Jaeger just takes me to a bad
Jeffrey,
place.
we talked about this. I'm very disappointed, Jeffrey.
I tell you who can put down some Jägermeister. Rich Reagan's. He came up when Sean left. Richie came for 2 days just to relax and enjoy the bar because he left like before construction was completely done. So all he knew was misery. And so I was like, you come up and spend 2 days and we'll just hang out and do nothing, but cook and drink and hang out. So he did, and that dude, I watched him drink an entire bottle of Jaeger one night. And we were doing other shit too, but he drinks it on the rocks. He just pours a tall ass rocks glass and just drinks it like it's nothing. An entire bottle. One time, this is the first weekend I ever
Of
hung
Jaeger.
out with Richie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever done Jaeger in my life. And then I was, obviously a young open micer. Richie was, a good headliner. Then he comes to Morty's Comedy Club and we're hanging out at Chris Bowers' house all weekend. It was summertime. He had the pool going on, and Richie and I just hit it off like gangbusters. We're just two hillbillies, close to the same age. And he's drinking Jaeger all the time. And I'm like, you get fascinated with headliners. You're like, oh my God, they're so good, And he's drinking while he's on stage. He's drinking Jägermeister on the rocks. I'm like, I'm going to start doing that. So we party all day. I mean, an entire day of drinking at Chris Bowers' house. Go to his show. I'm so drunk. I sat on a stool outside the green room, just like leaning up against the wall. Richie's on stage, and I pass out and fall face first out of the stool, interrupt the whole show, just pass out on the floor, face first. Richie drank every bit I did, drink for drink, made fun of me for 5 minutes and did another 50. And fucking killed it. And I'm like, oh, that's the difference.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He can handle his Jaeger.
I just can't imagine a rocks glass of Jaeger. That's like just down in a bunch of cough syrup.
I know.
Dude,
I like it
used
now,
to-
though, too.
That was my thing for
Yeah.
a while. Then I started getting gut rot and like backed off. Like the bar I hung out with, the bartender, I was at his wedding, so we did a lot of Jaeger, and it got to the point where, I just get it on the rocks and just drink straight. And now I'll drink Jaeger, but I don't buy it. Like, it's not in my house. I'm not a responsible person on Jaeger.
I'll usually have a bottle in my freezer at all times, just in case. But I'll go months and not even think about it. And then when Richie comes over, I drink it. That's the only time.
Nice.
I can't
But-
imagine.
But if I'm at a comedy club weekend, I'll do shots of Jaeger because when people want to buy you shots, I'll just go to Jaeger because I feel like I'm just like, they always want to do Jameson and stuff. And I'm like, I know I can do way more Jaeger than I can Jameson.
Do you remember? We were I was opening for Todd up at a bar. I think it was in Fort Wayne. And this guy, after the show, like, we had to drive home. Like, we got to go home after the show. You had your podcast in the morning. Like, we couldn't party.
Right.
And this guy came up with rocks glasses full of bourbon and, like, wanted to shoot him. Like, was highly offended that we didn't. It's like that's not a shot. That's a drink that you want us to know.
Yeah. I mean,
You
I
guys
can
probably
shoot
avoided
that.
a murderer that night.
Right. Oh, yeah. If I would have shot that, jail, instant jail. Just put me right in jail. Before I drink this now, just go ahead and call the police and tell them to come get me.
Here comes the Tottimal. Here it comes.
Let's just save them having to stop me on the way home. Yeah. That's a cool That's Alex Price's books. He books that venue. It's a cool
Tiger
Tiger
Room.
room. The Tiger
yes.
Room, yeah, very
It's
cool
just-
place.
At your shows, and I open for Todd a lot and for Donnie Baker a lot, and people, both crowds love to drink and
Yeah.
both want to buy you shots, and it's like, and get very offended when you don't want to do shots with them, and it's like, you're the 19th person who wants to do a shot with me tonight. Like, I'm a human being. I don't want to die tonight. I have to wait. When I wake up in the morning, I have to drive home and take care of children all day. I
Right.
don't want 19 shots tonight. I love
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
all, but I can't do 19 shots
Yeah.
tonight.
Especially because we do so many one-nighters. It's like usually it's not like we're there all weekend and this is Friday night and we can sleep into one the next day. It's like, no, we go back and then real world
Yeah.
tomorrow.
The worst thing that can happen too is somebody like has enough clout to get a shot sent up on stage.
Yeah.
And then next thing, everyone else is like, "Oh, I'm going to send them one," and then you've done 5 shots in
Yeah.
about 35 minutes. And you're like, "All right, let's power this home so I can go be hot in the bathroom." Like, I don't-
I'm not trying to brag, but I was doing a show down in French Lick, Indiana, and I had put my family up at they have like an indoor water park down there, and so I'm like, I'm gonna bring the family down. They're gonna water park. I'm gonna do my show. I'll break even on the hotel and the show and the food. So we'll call it's like a free vacation for the family.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to this show, and it was one of those. And at one time, there were 5 people standing in front of the stage, all holding a shot. And me just go down the line. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
And I do great. I have a great show, I think. Afterwards,
Jeff, you did 9 minutes.
well, afterwards, this guy comes up to me and he goes, I've never seen anyone do that many shots in one night, let alone on stage and still be able to talk. And I'm
Wow.
like, yeah, that's how I can do it, son. And so I'm walking back to the Big Splash Fun Park, and it's down this kind of like windy road. And this car pulls up next to me, and they go, "Hey, man, you want to ride back to your hotel?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm fucking good. Like, I got to work this fucker. I am so hammered. I got to work this." And they're like, "Dude, we were at the show. Get in the car. We're going to give you a ride before you fall out into traffic."
Oh gosh.
So I get back to my hotel room, and I'm not proud of this, but I come in and I walk in, and my family's all sitting there, eating pizza or whatever, watching TV. And all of a sudden, my girlfriend just goes, "Have a good show?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I can smell." And I was like, "Oh, that bad." And the kids were like, "Are you drunk?" And I'm like, Maybe a little bit. Totally hammered.
Austin, were you at Morty's that night that I chugged that entire box of wine?
No, I'm glad I wasn't. Jesus.
Dude, it was
What?
Sean Latham used to run this weekly show, the Sean Latham show, late night with Sean Latham
Yeah.
or something like that. It was a real late show. Like, I think it might have been late on Thursday night or no,
I did
Friday
that.
night. Yeah, you did it before.
Yeah.
And we something happened where one of the guests had a box of red, like thick, cheap red wine. And they also had this big container up there. For some reason, it held the entire box of wine. And they were trying to get me to chug it. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we did it for $50." And we're trying to get people in the crowd to do it. And then like kind of my ego took over, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna make me any money, but I was like, let's see how much money we can make for the staff, for the servers. And then also in my head I was like, because I won't give up if it's somebody else's money. I won't get all the way through that if it's just money from me, because I don't want it that bad. So we get up to like $700-800 from the crowd, because you got dudes who are like, I'll give $200. So now I'm like, this is so much money for the servers. I have to accomplish this.
Yeah.
So they
You
pour
have
it
to
into
die
the
now.
thing. and I chug it. It took a while, but I get it all down, and I get off. I just, I like slam dunk it, and I hold up my hands, and the place is going crazy. And I walk off the stage, and I'm high fiving people all the way down. Go right out the double doors into the lobby, into the bathroom, and just throw my guts up. Like it was that, and I felt it instantly. I held that down through the walk,
Oh, wow.
you know, so I still looked cool. And then as soon as I got in the bathroom, it was, and Bowers is in there with the door open, just cackling, laughing.
Can you imagine if you would have gone off mid strut out?
Oh, it would have been. Yeah,
First
I was
high
loaded in
five
the
projectile in
Yeah.
their face.
just can't throw up on any people in the crowd.
No,
Yeah,
I think I gave
was
up
tough.
Jaeger that the last, I don't know if it was the last time, was that Wiley's, but you and Bowers and some other people showed up after the late show Saturday to drink.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to disparage him, so I'm not going to say how or why, but Bailey threw up on my leg.
Yes.
Okay, here's what Bailey was
Did
laying
you
on the
have
couch
on
and he didn't look
pants?
good. And I literally saw him and he looked bad. And I walked up to him and go, "Hey, Bailey, are you doing all right?" And he just goes, "Bleh." Just threw up on my leg. And then I go into the bathroom trying to clean vomit off of my pants leg, and I get sick from that. And so then I threw up, and then I'm done at this point.
Yeah.
I've been doing one hitters in the parking lot. So that wasn't. I just shouldn't have been drinking at all.
And it was a brand new green room too. I think that might have been the first full weekend
It
after
was
the
the first
completion of
full
the
weekend, and Bailey threw up on the floor, and he got the couch a little bit
that
too,
new couch. Yeah.
and my leg. So that really sucked. But the Uber driver was really cool. He didn't really care about me smelling like vomit and passing out
Oh, that's
in
Dayton.
the front seat of his car.
Oh,
Dude, it's that the worst when you black out in a fucking Uber. Like it's
Oh.
so embarrassing when you get up out, you're like, oh, we're here, and they have to wake you up, and you're like, oh shit, now I gotta
Yeah.
act like I got my shit together. Which in no way you look. There's no way to look good at this point. You're like,
No.
oh, sorry,
Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
a degenerate.
I'm a miserable piece of shit. I'm sorry.
you got to pull your pants back on, climb out of the car. So awkward. Jess, have you ever thrown up on anyone? Or had anyone throw up on you?
I probably did back on that field trip incident because I blacked out. It's the only time I ever blacked out. I missed like a half my day, but whatever. I'm sure there was some angry people,
How
but
about Donnie? Is Donnie a puker?
he's gotten
Do you hold his hair back
intoxicated.
for him while he...
No, but he is so great. So as much as I hate when I get to the point where I'm so drunk because there's like I'm drinking, I'm a little buzzed, and the next thing I know, I'm freaking hammered. Where I'm like, and everything's just dizzy, and then I'm ready to puke. But he is the best. He's like the mom, and he just like takes care, gets wash rags and stuff, and I'm like, I like this. I should
Aw.
do this all the time. When he does it, I'm like, well, I guess you drank too much.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a bitch. Dang.
that's
But
how
no.
Marnie is to me, and I baby her too. But I'm just a monster when I get that drunk. Have you ever? Like I was a big puker when I was younger, like high school and early college, and then now it takes a lot for me to puke. Like I almost have to make myself puke, and it just won't happen. But the worst puke I ever had.
Welcome to Roughneck Bragging Hour with Todd McComas. On this hour, Todd McComas introduces some of his friends. We're going to be a logger who can strike a match on his teeth. Like an old weathered-in glove, Todd.
Chris Bowers can't throw up either. One time we went on a binge. We were like 4 or 5 days running, you know. My first summer of meeting Chris Bowers when he owned Morty's and he had that big nice house and the pool and all that stuff. I didn't go to work for that whole summer. Like I had so much vacation and comp time. Like I literally only worked a few days, I think, the entire summer. I just stayed there the whole time. I'm like, this is awesome. And so we had been on such a run that we were miserably sick come showtime, and we weren't even performing. We were there hanging out, and I was like, dude, I feel like shit. And he's like, I do too. I'm like, I wish I could throw up. I know I'd feel better, but I just can't. He's like, I can't either. So we agreed to go out into the parking lot and try to make ourselves throw up, and we couldn't, and we got to laughing so hard at each other while trying, like we're watching each other try to get, and we get this giggling, laughing going on that I shit my pants. So
I didn't see that coming.
so I'm like, it was just one of those shard. Like, I'm like, God damn it! Now I'm gonna have to go fix this situation.
But did you feel better?
Oh yeah, I definitely felt better.
Jesus.
But
I
the
learned
worst,
chugging water helps puke because
Yeah.
I don't usually puke unless I have to chug until I feel like my stomach's like stop. But as soon,
Yeah.
it's
I
the
don't
only
know
way.
why it happened to me, but it turned off. But when I was in the Marine Corps one time, we all went partying to we were in Beaufort, South Carolina, and there was townies there, and they liked the Marines, so we met these girls at a bar, and we go back to their trailer, and they're partying, and they're like, "Hey, what y'all want to drink?" And they got like, I'm right out of high school, I don't care, and I'm like, "Oh, you got Mad Dog?" I'm like, "Hey." So my buddy had a bong in his Jeep, so he gets the bong out. And they're like, "You got beers? We'll bong some beers." And I was like, "I'll bong that Mad Dog." So I bonged an entire fifth of Orange Mad Dog 2020
Oh,
in like two gulps in, and then immediately I just explode, projectile vomiting all over this girl. She had a white couch with real light car. I mean, I just destroyed this trailer, and she was like, "Motherfucker, get the fuck out of my trailer!" Kicked us all out. All my friends were so pissed because they're like hoping they were going to get laid or whatever, and I'm like, "Hey, it's a good story."
oh gosh, that hurts my stomach thinking about it.
18-year-old Marine Corps shenanigans.
It's crazy.
Hey, so I like I normally I've done the ask a cop thing to Todd, and like I need to keep my job, so I'm not going to ask a cop this week. But instead I was like, "Hey internet, if you could ask a cool nerdy chick something, what would you ask her?" And the internet did not let me down. Well, the internet let me down hugely. Because some of the things that were asked, I would never ask Jessica ever in a million
Okay,
years.
Oh,
I'm glad
it's
you
all
meant Jess. I thought this
I know.
was
I
a
was
big
like, who
setup
is
to
the
burn
girl
me.
coming on?
So because around Tom, around the Bob and Tom show, Jess is like the resident geek, as what I guess Tom has. But to me, she's more like she's smart, like she's more of a nerd than a geek. But and she's cool. So I was like, okay, here's what I thought would happen. A bunch of guys would be like, "Oh, I like cool nerdy chicks, but I've like, what's the best way to approach a cool nerdy chick, or what's the
Great
best,
question.
what don't I want to say to her? You know what I mean? Like, so, but unfortunately, I got things like this. How freaky is band camp? I don't even know if you ever even played.
I didn't go to band camp. I did play in the band 5th through 8th grade clarinet, but no band camp. I went to church camp, and some of the kids at church camp can be ornery. How about that? Sneaking off into the woods, and you're like, how did they do that? They're supposed to be in their little dorm area, sweating in 120-degree.
They're out there drinking out of flasks. They're
Yeah.
trying to get fingered.
I didn't
Although this one is good from Ryan. How's the unicycle training coming?
Ooh.
Oh, well, I've been going to the gym, and I've been on the rower, getting my legs stronger and my abs stronger before I actually hop up on the unicycle. That I don't have yet, but
That's, you know what? I
I gotta get
bet you
strong.
the unicycle would be a good core workout, I bet.
Oh,
Much balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to be ready.
yeah, and I'm not. I would get on and be like, and just fall over.
What
So
else did
bad.
they ask?
My favorite question, though, is from Jamie Carr, who asked, "Fuck, marry, kill, Picard, Kirk, and Spock."
Ooh, that's a great one.
Guys, think about what you're going to pick as well. You gotta
Ooh.
pick. You gotta play along too.
Give him again.
Picard, Kirk, or Spock.
Okay.
You have to marry Picard because he's smart and he won't argue with you like Spock will. Like, I don't have time for that. So probably kill Spock, bless his heart.
Oh.
And then, bang me some Kirk, some Shatner, classic Shatner.
Yeah.
Really, you would bang Shatner over Picard?
Well, if I'm married, I'm sure I'm going to bang him too. Huh? Because I've met Patrick Stewart and William Shatner, actually. And Patrick Stewart is so charming. He's like, well, hello. And he's just like, all British. And you're like, hey, buddy. Hey, Pat. What's up? Oh, gosh.
How did you meet him?
I went to a Star Trek convention with my dad. It was
Holy shit.
I took him because he's the big Trekkie. Like, he is like, like when he met Patrick Stewart, he was like freaked out. And same thing. I took him to meet William Shatner. It was the 20th anniversary of TNG, The Next Generation. So the entire cast was there, like doing a panel. And that was really cool to see. I think it was the 20th anniversary. It might have been 25th. I think of the year.
And you took your dad to this? Like,
I did.
That's awesome.
I think
I'm pretty cool.
I like your choices, at least with Kirk. Like, you're not going to nail down Captain Kirk. You know what I mean? You're going to be married to that guy.
He's a space scoundrel.
He's going to be over there fucking one of those blue ladies, like on the side. You don't have to deal with that. You don't know why he's bringing into the bedroom from some other planet.
He's leaving discreet blue chew boxes on planets across the galaxy. He's got them delivered all over the place.
Although Spock would probably, since he's so intelligent, it's he'd probably actually be really good. No buttons to push.
His sex would be so logical.
That was my choice.
It would be.
You get him a book on how to do it right, and he'll run it by the numbers, and it'll be a dream. And he's probably not going to lie to you. At least he'll never lie to you.
That's true.
Yeah, he can't.
I can never win an argument though, but it'd probably be like Dr. Manhattan, the intercourse.
Yeah. So, I would marry Picard too, and then just bone down with Kirk. Just hit it and quit it. Just get it out of my system.
Yeah.
And then you would kill Spock. Spock's dying in both of your guys' fantasies.
Bringing it back. Didn't you see the third one?
Oh wait, no. I'd bone down Spock. I think I'd probably have sex with and kill Kirk.
I couldn't kill Spock. I love Spock too much. I don't think I would have it in me. Plus, he's Vulcan. He probably fucked me all up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'd have to kill Kirk. He's got that clamp thing on the neck. The Vulcan.
Vulcan pinch.
Yeah. So whatever grip.
Pressure point deal.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what he could do to your prostate.
Whoa.
He would make everybody. Everybody come at the same time.
Everybody touch hands. Let's get some space in the circle, guys. Let's not spray.
I'm killing Shatner all day long.
Yeah.
I don't care who I fuck and who I marry. I just want to kill Shatner.
Yeah, he's cocky.
So, did you meet Shatner?
I did, actually twice. The first time
cooler, Shatner or Picard?
The first time I met Shatner, he was really, I think, hammered drunk. So he didn't say anything except for, thank you, hello, thank you. Like, it was really just, Picard was so cool to meet because he was just so proper. Mm-hmm. And it's like, holy crap, this is happening. But the second time, William Shatner was very flattering. Like, he's like, oh, you have beautiful eyes. Oh, such a lovely. And I'm like, thank you. Thanks, Bill.
Do you think Picard still does conventions? Because he's made a mint off X-Men.
Oh, he doesn't have to do conventions.
Yeah.
I don't think he has to, but he probably just wanted to since the entire cast did that one.
Yeah.
They all kind of came back for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think on some of those bigger stars too, I don't think it happened with Elizabeth Hurley, but I think some of those use those opportunities to like,
Berkeley?
I'll just, or Berkeley or whatever his name is.
We're disparaging Elizabeths left and right on
we're killing all the Elizabeths.
No go zone for Elizabeth
Banks or whatever her name is. Yeah.
you don't know, like he may have donated all of that money to like his favorite charity. Like, oh, here's a great opportunity. I get to go for a weekend. Everybody dotes over me, and I just donate all this money to, my kid's school or to, you never know.
You
if
actually
they use it
100%. He probably did. Patrick Stewart, Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead. He played Rick Grimes. That's what he would do. He would never do the Walker Stalker cons. He would go to the London one like one day because he lived in London, and he would do the one in Atlanta for one day only, basically, because he valued his weekends with his family. So he didn't want to give that up to anything. But he would do Sunday, do a panel, and then all the proceeds for like autographs and photos went towards a charity. He didn't get a dime.
Oh,
like
that's cool.
Like the coolest guy. I don't know him, but it seems like everything he does is genuine. He's not, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel dirty at all. It just like
no dimes Grimes.
Yeah.
That is, you'd have to feel pretty good. Be like, I think I'm just going to pop down to the corner and make, 200 grand real quick for charity.
Yeah, I know. What a powerful position. That would make you feel good.
How much money would you have to have before you stopped and just started giving the rest of it away? Like, would you have to have $20 million before you like, oh, I don't, from now on, just every money I get, I'm just donating to fucking things I like.
So is the idea for you to have enough so you don't have to work anymore?
No, I'm just saying for you, how much would you have to have personally to where you're like, this is plenty of money. I'm obnoxious if I keep another cent that I make. Like Bezos is almost worth $1 zillion now.
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you just go, every dollar I make from here on out just goes to charity? I'm not or to my employees or to anything other than my own fucking personal bank account.
Yeah, after a while, like money can't really even mean anything to him anymore. Like,
right. How much for you personally would you need? Like $10 million? And then you're like, from now on, I'm giving $10 million's enough to take care of me and my grandbabies and give them a good life. From now on, I'm giving the rest of it away.
I would say 30 million.
Jesus Christ.
To give it to stop collecting any money at all, because
Have
I would
you
give
seen his
I would
shed? He's
but
got high taste.
because I know I would give like a third of it to my parents and my sister's family and my son. So I need 10 million and to last me the rest of my life. And then, 30 million sets me and everybody super, super well around me. And then after it's anything else that comes in, I could be really charitable outside the inner circle.
You got to put a he shed, she shed at all your properties, which there's
open a chain of them
right there.
Mm-hmm. I have to have a house on every coast. And
in the world?
No. Just here.
The Nova Scotia house. I don't know what accent that was. That was terrible.
The Nova Scotia house.
Nova Scotia. Oh, they're not like us. I thought they'd be different here. No, we're just Canadian.
You sound like Terry Garr in Young Frankenstein when you
love it. Oh God.
Well, this has been fun, guys. We'll do it again next week. What do you say? Sounds good.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything? I got to plug my show June 26th, 27th, Appleton, Wisconsin, Skyline Comedy Club. It's on my website calendar. Buy tickets, only $60 per show. So buy now. You guys got anything you want to push out?
Just great being here. Really.
Great being here.
Yeah.
Watch the Bob and Tom show on YouTube. Yeah. Help blow up that YouTube. It's doing great. Listen to it when you're in your car if it's in your area. And everybody, if you haven't, check out Evening with the Authors. Austin and the crew crush it. Isaac Lambert, too. Outside of Austin, specifically focus on Isaac Lambert. He was on here with us one episode. He's put out some great shit.
I have to say this about Isaac. I truly love, honestly, I've been working with all those guys and authors for such a long time that everyone has such a specific, strong set. But until I met Isaac Lambert, I had never met a person that most people do not know him, but they think that he is actually 4 different weird people who live in the city.
He's so good at these characters.
Tell you what he looked like, but they know they could spot every one of his characters that he plays. I mean, he's like bald, right? And then when he shaves, he keeps like the body hair of like an international assassin, basically, and mustaches endlessly. It's insane. But he does pretty brilliant stuff for sure. Everyone does. We just did a video, an anniversary video. Go check it out.
Yeah, that's what you need to check out. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, hey, rate and review. We like to read the reviews. I do, and it helps out. And use the promo code FUNTOWN at BlueChew.com. You got to try it and report back. I want to know. Tag us in it. Let us know how that night went.
Yeah.
Champ.
No pictures.
No pictures.
No, please, no pictures.
We'll just take your word for it.
Just
tag us in it.
Post a nice watercolor to sort of give us a feeling on how it went. How about that? Watercolors for
and tag Blue Chew in it, and then hashtag the champ.
Yeah,
that's all we need. All right, we're out.